Abby was admitted to university, where she met her good friend and roommate. Her friend and her boyfriend took Abby to a boxing arena. Abby wanted to leave but encountered Travis, the reigning champion. He quickly defeated his opponent and came up to Abby, asking her about herself. The defeated opponent suddenly got up and knocked Travis down, but he quickly got up and knocked out the opponent with one punch. The next day, Abby couldn't help but inquire about Travis's identity and was shocked to learn that he was a sophomore. Just then, Travis overheard her conversation. During class, Abby was checking Travis's photos on her phone, unaware that he was sitting behind her. The teacher noticed their commotion and called on Abby to answer a question. She answered smoothly, which impressed Travis. Abby, however, found his behavior rude and told him so. Travis claimed that she had been stalking him on Instagram, but she refuted him and said she wouldn't have anything to do with him. Travis insisted that he just wanted to have dinner with her. When the water supply in the dormitory stopped, Abby stayed over at her friend's house and discovered that Travis also lived there. She wanted to leave, but her friend assured her that Travis rarely came back. So, Abby stayed but accidentally stumbled upon Travis with another woman. She scolded him for being a playboy, but he responded that they were both adults and showed her a consent form. Travis offered Abby his bed, and they spent the night peacefully. Abby encountered another boy, Park, who invited her to a performance. Excitedly, she went but found out that it was Travis's boxing match. Park excitedly dragged her along, and since Travis didn't reply to her messages but was dressed up for the match, they made a bet. If he won, Abby would date him for a month. Travis won effortlessly, and Abby explained to Park that she was just fulfilling the bet. As the two were about to kiss, Travis arrived and pounded on the car window. Fearing Travis, Park shouted and forced Abby out of the car. Abby and Travis started living together. One day, he took her to his home, where she met his 5 brothers. They started playing a card game, and Abby joined in. Travis warned her that his brother was one of the best poker players in the county. But surprisingly, Abby won 2 rounds easily. Everyone was amazed until they found out that Abby was known as Lucky 13 online. She tried to explain, but the brothers eagerly took photos with her. As their relationship grew closer, just before the bet ended, Park suddenly found Abby and invited her to a performance. He then took her to a birthday party, which turned out to be a surprise party that Travis had organized for her. Abby enjoyed herself at the party, but when she invited Park, he told her that Travis was inside and that was who she was waiting for. As Abby indulged in the festivities, Travis came over to stop her from drinking too much. They complained about their grievances and eventually opened up to each other. Just when everything seemed to be heading in a positive direction, Abby suddenly received a phone call from her father. Shortly after, she encountered a man named Vinci who mentioned her father. The girl followed him to Las Vegas, where she learned that her father had accumulated a gambling debt of $100,000. However, Abby had already been admitted to university, and if her involvement were discovered, she would face expulsion. Faced with the girl's refusal, Vinci threatened to cut off her father's hand with a knife. Unable to resist, Abby reluctantly complied. Dressed in a blue dress, Abby entered the casino and quickly won a significant amount of money. But when she tried to leave, she encountered a familiar face who worked as a security guard there. He took all her chips, ignoring her pleas, in exchange for keeping her secret. The defeated girl called her father and urged him to run. Then, she went to negotiate with the creditors. They offered to pay her entry fee, but Abby didn't want to gamble indefinitely. Meanwhile, Travis finally arrived. He pushed open the door and knocked down the men inside, but Abby was not grateful for his actions. Instead, she insisted that she could handle it herself. Travis called his girlfriend's phone and learned the truth. He saw a boxing match promotion and called Benny, the creditor, again, posing as Abby's boyfriend. He offered to pay the debt. When Abby woke up and saw her boyfriend's message, she quickly set out to find him, but she overheard her father talking to someone else. It turned out that he didn't owe any money. It was all a ruse set up by him and Benny. The girl used a stun gun to take down the other man, and her father was forced out of the car. Meanwhile, Travis faced his opponent, who attacked fiercely. The boy fought back unyieldingly. The opponent whipped out a chain and hit Travis hard. Without a weapon, Travis gradually fell into a disadvantage. His friend, watching anxiously, tried to help but was also knocked down. The opponent tightened his grip on Travis's neck, and the boy's life hung by a thread. Finally, Abby arrived. She picked up a stool and slammed it into the man's back. The man glared angrily at her, but fortunately, a fire broke out in the venue, and the three of them supported each other as they fled. Travis explained to the girl in deep affection the reason behind his nickname Pigeon. From then on, the two led a happy life together.